There's only one way to start.
The defenders that have performed at VVD's level is Rio, John Terry, and Vidic. I mean, how long are we gonna act like this guy's a top striker, man?
You can't win any game of football with a spastic keeper like that. I'm sorry. Worst week ever as a Spurs fan. I'll be real.
I think the most pertinent issue that we can discuss, and I've said that I'm not.
Guy loves a big word.
That's the dumbest thing you've said on this podcast. You just said
I was about to say,
Spurs are in
that.
turmoil. You know you want to say it. Don't let him press you.
Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're live back in the flesh, live and direct in effect. You already know what time it is. Before we go any further, make sure you're subscribing, make sure your notifications are on. That's on 360 YouTube, Stoppage Time TV, on all of the audio DSPs. You already know what time it is. Without further ado, by tradition, there's only one place to start.
Hold
and that is hold tight the 3-point collectors. The participants are not getting claps anymore, but hold tight the participants. Hold tight the teams that haven't played right now, as we're recording this as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got another special one today as well.
Okay.
Hold tight the birthday collectors. Hold tight the birthday collectors. Happy birthday, mate.
Love my G's.
birthday, mate.
Love my guys.
How old are we?
Red velvet thing, you get me?
32?
Red velvet, you get me?
You know these
Up
Nigerians.
Femi Martin
age.
thing. Man's been like
Tesco
24,
finest.
bro, 24 for free.
Your guys get you just Tesco value. My guys get me Tesco finest. You know what I mean?
But,
Only the finest.
only one game to start with this week, because I think the backlash or a lot of stuff that's going to come out of it will run the test of the season. That's the Merseyside derby. So the battle of two unbeaten teams. I think the only other unbeaten team is Villa. Won all three of their games.
Yeah, come on, man.
But
Villa.
big game this one was. We have the champions and the standard setters of this season. And in my opinion, it was a game that was a good game, but of course it's
Great
been
game.
masked by tragedy, which needs to be addressed. But let's address the game first and foremost. I thought it was a good quality game.
It's not 9/11.
No, I'm not talking.
It's not 9/11.
I was like, yo,
Tragedy.
something big happened.
No, VAR, as in VAR.
VAR.
VAR. This weekend, I thought, in terms of everything that's happened so far, all right, cool. But this weekend, in terms of those two decisions, and then the decision, I can't remember what game it was, with the, like, football's done now.
Yeah.
Like, football's actually done. Like, it doesn't, but let's go into the actual game. Final score 2-2.
Good game.
What's
bro.
the thoughts?
Good game, bro. I thought it literally lived up to the billing. I think my thing before the game, I thought everybody was looking at kind of Thiago and James and thinking this is going to be the tech off, the masterclass. And I was like, I don't know. I think it'll be a battle of kind of
Grip.
what keeper is worse.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I thought you've got Adrian on one end and Pickford on the other. And both played massive roles, I think, in kind of how the result went. But then, as you touched on there, I think VAR, arguably every kind of big point in this game had some form or some way to play in it, as well as the keepers. I thought that kind of ruined the game. But other than that, I thought, boy, Liverpool showed their quality. I think Everton are showing they're no pushovers. I think previous years where they went 1-0 down, that early especially, they would have caved easily. 4-0s, 5-0s, we've seen Everton get pammed. But listen, credit to them. But with Liverpool, I mean, let's start with Pickford, please. Can we start there? Let's talk, because we touched on him, was it last week or the week before?
I believe,
last episode.
I believe he's already collected a Criminal of the Week
Brother,
this week. But
the first
I
two-time
think
winner.
now he's just, no, it's not even two-time winner. Like, we have to just give him life. He needs life. I'm sick and tired of seeing this guy.
Bro.
We spoke about when we were saying that the way he behaves and everything. Even the saves he made, and we were like, oh my God, they're great saves. No, he just loves the theatrical thing, and he makes it.
There was
and then he
one
smiles
good save,
after.
I remember. There was a couple good saves he made in that game.
No,
I'll
but
give him
I'm telling you
credit.
now, if you
But
watch them again, like, they
there was
look
one
amazing
where-
because he flies,
Bro.
and he's short.
There was one.
The header one was sick,
There
but
was-
the rest of them, like the one that was, it wasn't even going top bins. Is that man's like, nah,
Man was
it's
going on like, I was like, relax, big man.
But I honestly, you can't. I know goalkeepers get given instructions like, listen, go through a centre half, go through anyone to get the ball, but there's a certain way to do it. Like, he actually chops whoever comes at him. Like, it's,
Bro, like,
he's just a calamity.
Actually in a scissor technique.
Yeah,
bro,
Like, bro, I don't get, like, why is he always in these mix-ups though? In terms of like, if he was a good like, you would never ever see Van der Sar or Cech, or I don't even want to go that far. You don't even see Kasper Schmeichel and them kind of guys in these kind of. Why is he always in like a tussle or like to even
Michael,
be in a
that's almost like
position.
trademark type of save the starfish.
Yeah,
to kinda
yeah.
come out and jump like that, but
But to even be in a position though to scissor a man like that, you've done something wrong there already. Like his reading of the game, he's so reactive, and he's just an idiot, man. I'm not even gonna
the
lie.
fact
All
that-
round, I just don't like Pickford, man. Like I don't know him, but I just don't like him.
it's hard to like him. It's
Yeah,
hard to
that's
like
what-
him.
I feel like if I knew him in school, I'd do something.
What,
to him. Honestly, like, just honestly, bro.
We're saying what
No,
the man
but-
them not wear the short ties.
Bro, you know, fam, he was probably always in internal detention and that. Like,
Internal.
you know what I mean?
Get
Just,
the
man,
air
Asbel
grip.
flex. He's got Asbel vibes.
Real talk,
Bro,
He's got
but
Asbel
that
vibes.
I don't even think that I mean the hat. I mean they said it was offside. I think that was tight call. Even for the Van Dijk I'm talking about. But then to come in that high, and how long's he out for now? They said.
They're saying
It's
it's
four
an
years,
ACL.
it's 8 months.
So boy, I mean like what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's sad.
be in sport. How reliable?
So
Richard
some,
Keys in them,
the
man.
streets, a streets
No,
resource
no,
that's
no.
a valuable resource, information source. Buck,
What?
Buck
I
said
didn't
that he's
know you were
out. Buck said he's out for a long time, and if Buck
Oh.
is saying that, then like, it's probably a long time. So
Oh,
that's that, Buck.
okay.
That
saying
that,
that.
that could have a major effect on this season, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
So before we go into the major effects,
But the most important centre back is back, so it's calm. But yeah, go on. What?
you're not brushing past that.
Bro,
Speak on it.
I don't need to say
What the hell are you talking about?
If anyone watched the 18-19 season, you know the importance of Matip. Trust me.
Brilliant player. I rate him.
That's what I'm saying.
the question
I'm
I
twin.
the question I asked both of you is, how's they address it? Because Gomez has looked shaky. Matip is back. Do you go Matip and Fabinho, or what do you do? What do you actually do?
Listen,
I'd go
when you-
Matip and Fabinho,
Yeah.
and then I'd go Thiago in the 6. Yeah, because Thiago, I think they overrated his performance yesterday. I think he was calm, but they made it out like it was a masterclass.
He had some key passes,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like wow, like
Yeah,
key
I
passes.
think he was. I've seen him play 20 times better than that. So I think that the Premier League are just kind of like falling in love with him.
It was his first start, man.
Yeah,
Come on, you know. They're
I
gonna
think
give
he
him-
was calm. Yeah, I mean, he made a lot of. I'm telling you, he's very underrated in terms of how he wins the ball back. Yeah, but I think he needs that 6 role to himself to fully be able to get the best out of Thiago. I think he needs to have that 6 roles to be able to dictate games by himself. And if it means having Henderson and Wijnaldum as someone in front, then calm. So it's not a
Navigator,
blessing in
man.
this. Van Dijk getting injured is not a blessing in
Nah.
disguise. But I'm just saying, I would drop Fabinho back.
Definitely.
Let man have that. That's an extra ball player from the back.
Yeah.
And let Thiago just have that role. Henderson, you do the covering of the Trent and the box to box, and Wijnaldum do whatever
What was it,
Wijnaldum
the
does.
game-
funny
was it
'cause
the game
Henderson-
against Arsenal where he played at centre back
Who, Fabinho?
this season?
Yeah,
Well, it was
And
against
No, Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea,
He's
yeah.
class.
He
I thought he
scored-
was
he
the
scored Werner.
best player on the pitch.
Yeah, no, he
arguably. Like,
can do
pocketed
it.
Werner.
But
I don't
we have
like
to remember-
Thiago standing next to
Someone else.
Fabinho. Just
But what we have to remember about is this is going to happen for like an extensive period. It's not a filling game. So it will be very interesting to see how they adapt. And if you have Thiago in that position, yesterday it was interesting because Henderson was the one that was running into the box
yeah.
and
Box to box,
doing that,
innit?
doing that more attacking bit. But he wasn't like, I didn't see him back much. I saw him camping the other
What you
half.
saying?
He was
See,
unlucky
what
with
you
that
saying?
goal at the
Attacking
end.
mid.
Kante things.
Wait, he does it better than Kante, though, to
Your
be fair.
day.
Listen,
Oh, mug.
But
But
I think that you look at now with Alisson. How long is Alisson out as well for?
I think a few
6
more
weeks,
weeks.
is it? I think
Yeah.
So
so,
that's
4
now
weeks,
a
isn't
couple more weeks of Alisson and Van Dijk. For me, I think
Tricky.
Spine.
you remember what Liverpool looked like before those two came in. That's the reason why they broke the record for
Tricky.
those two. I think Everton maybe missed a trick even yesterday. I thought when Van Dijk got injured, they should have just started whipping as many crosses as possible to DCL, who
They were
that's
trying.
his bread and butter.
They were trying, but I mean,
I
the
don't
delivery,
know. I felt
it could have been more.
Yeah, I definitely thought they could have emphasised on it more.
Really
It
exaggerated.
probably didn't help
crosses.
that Coleman went off injured. I'm not gonna lie, but
But you still got Dean who can whip a ball on that side.
Bro, like,
You've
that
got
game-
James was doing it, but he
True.
was doing the cross field.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting it into the box.
James-
That
becoming a
game
little
was
bit
good, man. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. In terms of
I said that little cut in there yesterday was becoming a little bit predictable. Every time he got the ball on the right hand side, it was kind of like cutting to try and cross it.
Yeah.
Sometimes hit the byline. I think quality
It's-
player, he can do it.
But I think what is no, James can't be a byline player. That's taking.
If you got 1-on-1 every once in a while,
I
just
don't know.
hey,
But-
extra
but
ball in
But
the
you know
box,
what?
why
I
not?
feel like that game was. To be honest, I feel like there was a lot of quality on show that game.
Yeah,
I love
definitely,
seeing James and James,
Thiago.
James and Thiago.
Robertson.
I feel like
Bro, he
the
was
game,
really good.
Yeah,
One that
man,
was
the game
balling
was
out,
high
yeah.
quality. That is what you want in a Premier League fixture, bro. Like
in a derby game,
in a
like that,
derby, disgusting tackles. I know Pickford's an idiot for it. That was over the top, but
Richarlison's one as well, on his
then you
countryman,
had-
you know.
Then you had
That
VAR. You had VAR. You had
Yeah.
little tussles. You had a good old fashioned
Considering
Dominic
this, the
Calvert-Lewin
last couple,
header. Hey, I loved it, man.
the
I
last
loved the game.
couple was it this derby has been all 0-0s, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
So
the
this
dead
is-
derby. Merseyside
Yeah.
derby is dead.
It's been
Historically,
it's been a
it's
bit
been
tame. I
dead.
mean, I don't think Liverpool. And I can't remember the last time. I don't know if they've won at Goodison Park or something weird, but it was a good game. I just don't know.
Lost in about 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro, Everton.
but I'm saying in terms of Goodison, did they win the lot? Have they won like the loss, or has it been draws?
I think they
Okay,
beat.
cool.
I said Mane scored last season.
No,
I think.
as in Everton haven't won this fixture, but I'm saying the last ones that's been at Goodison,
don't know.
I don't know.
All
if
I
it's
know
won.
is that Everton, no matter what Liverpool are going through, Liverpool when they're running around with Kenny Dalglish and their man there, yeah, or Ray Hodgson, but Liverpool Everton just don't know how to beat them. It's this kind of like when Spurs never knew how to beat Arsenal, and then you finally obviously got over that hump, but it's just like that, man. They can't beat them, bro. They can't beat them.
But that's a good example because when it happens, it changes the whole dynamic. I said yesterday that when Liverpool look back at this game in a few weeks, even though they should have won it with that, that disallowed goal, they'll probably look back at this
what was
result.
that, though?
I'm kind of disappointed in
What
Everton.
the hell
though.
was that?
I feel Everton, for how good they've been playing, and everyone's saying that they've been the best team so far in their football they play. They didn't try and really impose themselves on Liverpool like that. They let Liverpool ball, and then they kind of played like the smaller team. I know you are the
They
small
are,
team, but
that's the thing I
But
was
you
gonna
guys are the
say.
form team. You guys, this is a rivalry, bro.
Mentality, man, it's
You know,
different,
honestly-
especially when you ain't got the fans and everything. I think if you have fans and you can really
that's
rise the
harsh.
occasion
I
and
think that's
everything,
harsh, to be honest.
it's
I
different.
didn't see them
but-
playing like how they normally play.
No,
But remember,
I
you're going
agree,
to the
I agree,
champions.
but-
You're going to the champions. It's a hostile environment. It's a big game, and in the back of your mind, you're always going to know that people are talking about this game you've never really performed in. So credit that they were even in the situation. And they went. Remember, they went down really
very early.
Very
on,
early.
bro. Like
So
normally they would have crumbled.
I
under that.
understand the game might have been different if that didn't happen, but I can't critique Everton too tough, and they did get away with life because that offside is, oh my word, we can touch on that now.
Mr. Sitter
That's
as well.
DCL
disgusting,
Mr. Sitter.
And
Richarlison
Richarlison hit the post as well. Like
Listen,
they had a
They
couple
had
of chances.
Liverpool
I
missed
thought
chances, though.
I
Yeah.
think Liverpool missed chances as well early on, but I thought there was
Mane
was
missed the
times when I thought,
Salah's
yeah,
goal, top goal, man.
listen, quality.
Sometimes
Calvert Lewin though, bro, he looked like Ronaldo. That
Hanging in
header,
the air like that.
when I saw that header, I was like, that looks like Ronaldo.
Bro,
like,
he's been working on
bro,
that. He's been
Calvert
working
Lewin's
on that.
athleticism is unbelievable, bro. And you see with a player like that, yeah, as I said before, even if he doesn't score a goal, he's gonna
He's gonna
work
offer you
you.
something.
He's gonna offer you something. He's always gonna be a threat. That cross from Lucas Dean was good, but if that was a cross to any other nine,
It's
a
a nothing
hopeful
cross.
He made a decent floated cross, something, and then
Look
even when
amazing.
you see Robertson's reaction, he was so frustrated because it's just like it's the inevitable.
how you winning this?
How my
That
back
was-
post
and-
with Calvert Lewin, it's over for you. So,
But
bro,
on that
different.
point, which
Yeah.
is because obviously it's documented how impactful Duncan Ferguson's been on around him. But the reason why like your DCLs and your Antonios have to be credited is because as professionals, right, they know what they can and can't do, and they maximize what they can do to the top of their ability. That's what
Yeah.
we've seen from him this season.
That was his
because
strength as it was anyway. That
Yeah.
heading and that kind
But
of
remember
athleticism.
before-
it's taking another level now.
Exactly, but remember before when he was like with Koeman and everything, he was like, okay, this guy's physically, astute and everything. I'm going to put him right back. I'm going to put here and there. He's got a manager or a coach that understands how to get the best from him because play like that. He's got a manager that understands, you know what, I've got other pieces that I can utilize you with. And now we're seeing a player who's got confidence, is in form, and at the moment looks unstoppable. Top scorer in the
Bro,
Premier League.
He's actually
How many?
unstoppable at the moment.
I think
Was
it's
it six?
he's
Seven,
scored
6 goals,
six.
got
Yeah, he's
6
scored in
goals.
every single game so far. 5 games on the trot.
In
all
competitions,
comps, yep.
He's
What did he get?
he's
15 all comps last year or something like 13.
bro. He's
gonna
actually
smash
unstoppable
that.
at the moment,
Easy.
and it's not even a purple patch anymore. We can't even say
It's been
purple patch.
since I would say since lockdown has restarted. I would
He's
say
been ridiculous.
He's been doing it.
He's
So credit to
He's
him.
ridiculous
and,
at the moment.
But let's talk about this VAR incident. I think football's gone.
That's what I said.
Football's gone. It's
How-
gone.
how-
It's
like-
the only way I can describe it now because
I can't see what part of Mane was possibly offside in that.
His
Like
triceps.
what part? How can you to that fraction? Like I think we said it before. Like why is there no such thing as level anymore?
Yep.
Like
The
why
game's
is there
gone.
not like is there any point in curving the run anymore? Like it's either you're onside or you're offside
I've said
type of
this
thing.
so
like,
many times. It defeats the whole purpose of being a centre forward. Like, what is the point if I can't check in and go one way? If you're going to tell me I'm offside, what should I just stand and then get into a on your marks, get set, go
Bro,
situation all the
does not
time?
matter.
It
It's
doesn't.
like you always
make
have
sense.
to be behind, and then you're kind of at a disadvantaged position to attack the ball.
The
It's
game-
like, it
the
does
game
not
has
make
become
sense.
It's not
mechanical.
even only that.
And then-
It's you're gone.
But the thing is, it's like they're willing to kind of dilute and break that down to kind of the finest margins or whatever. But then the Van Dijk incident, for example, then they're kind of just willing to go past that. So it's how it's even being used for me is the issue.
On that very key point, for me, I don't understand how you can pick out and say this was offside, but the Van Dijk incident not say this is gross misconduct.
Bro.
And so maybe it
doesn't
VAR
matter.
is a big part of it because it's the way it's interpreted. The letter of the law is another part. And I just think the standard of refereeing and the balls to make decisions is just piss poor. It just honestly is piss poor. I don't understand how you can see that challenge and not say that is an awful challenge, especially when you have the ability to go and check it again. It's
for
crazy.
For me, it's the issue with it is how you mentioned, like how they're trying to like break it down to whatever. It's not even that. It's like offside is meant to be you are in a physical advantage. You have an advantage over the next man to score that goal or to get that ball.
Yeah.
How did Mane have an advantage over them centre halves through this part of his body being offside? Like this is when it's getting ridiculous. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I thought you can't score with your arm, can you?
No.
But his arm was offside, right?
No, it's his shoulder.
I
His
think
shoulder.
it's anything
I think-
shoulder down.
His armpit.
Oh my,
Yeah.
oh my
From
lord.
there
Yeah,
down.
see,
You
it's
can't-
getting
you can't score
ridiculous,
that.
man. And like, he's not in an advantage. He's not. Mane's not in an advantage to the centre halves to
Tell you
go
what,
and score.
put it this way:
It's
when the goal
ridiculous.
went in, no one complained.
Bro.
No,
No one went.
that-
no
no-
one
That
complained.
says it
no
all,
one,
innit?
no one
That literally
complained.
says it all.
No
No
one
one
said.
probably even knew what Guan, bro.
That's what I'm saying. No one knew what was going on.
Apparently
no one complained.
Apparently the guy in the van or wherever they do the thing was in the Stockley Park. Apparently he's a Man United fan. If it's
Yeah?
Facebook, he's got Old Trafford at the back.
Mm.
Way.
Agendas, boy.
Way.
Alex, Sir
Woody's
Alex, Stratton
working,
again.
yeah? And Woodward's working hard.
Fergie's money's still going, yeah.
On that one, good game. We'll see how Liverpool cope. With that sort of injury to Van Dijk as well, at his age. I mean, if in general, if you get that sort of injury, if it is what we think it is, it's a tough one to come back. Do you reckon that they purchase in January? I reckon that they do it. I reckon they go for how do you pronounce his name? Upamecano. There we go.
Yeah.
I reckon they do it. I reckon they do it.
Liverpool.
Why not?
That'll be mad still.
Listen,
Why not? What is he? 20?
I think the price comes down in
21?
the summer, I think, so they'd be jumping the gun. They'd have to pay the premium, especially you think mid-season as well. RB Leipzig will probably
Will
still be in the Champions League after they
Yeah.
dump United out.
But
Listen,
again, they've got a like because what it's Gomez, Fabinho, Matip.
you've
Who's the
got
youngster?
options.
Is it the
Who's it?
youngster? Van. I've forgotten his name, but he's a youngster. He's played a few under 21 games.
Okay.
They can bring him in, but that's quite light, especially in this COVID era of defending in the Premier League.
Bro, I was gonna say defending right now, like it's
It's
not at a
non-existent,
great
so
level.
you need the best that you have
It's
available.
basically defensive midfielders who can't
Literally.
tackle playing at centre back. That's all you've got. So
Listen, it'll be
Fabinho, the way I
interesting,
see it, isn't that much
What is the
of
best
a drop.
option?
I think he's definitely the best option. Definitely plasters over till January. Do they go and
Yeah.
break the bank for Upamecano? I don't think so.
Do you
I
reckon
think-
that they get in with someone in general?
No, bro, don't
don't
go
know.
and get someone in general. Go and play the second best centre back in the Premier League, innit? Joe Gomez. Why can't all of a sudden he's not an option?
Joe Gomez.
All of a sudden he's not option, 'cause these Liverpool fans-
Matip will be the next best option next
Matip
to
what?
Bro,
Matip
Liverpool
is
fans used to
Fabinho.
talk up Gomez as if he's on the level of Laporte and he's just like, oh, he's learned so much of Van Dijk and blah blah blah. He's England's best CB. Now all of a sudden we're talking about should Fabinho play centre back or what happened to him, bro? Go
Now-
and play.
now the
fam.
eyes are
Go
really
and
on
play.
Gomez, for
Exactly.
sure.
Go
I
and
said
play.
last
There's
week-
people are making excuses.
All eyes
You're not
on
offering
me.
the same excuses to other centre backs. You're not offering. Go and play, fam.
saying,
You know what I'm trying to say? So
Leave Maguire alone.
I'm not even talking about Maguire.
There was a sentiment to that,
I didn't even say
innit?
Maguire. I didn't even say Maguire. I'm just saying other centre backs would get it, but Joe
Oh,
Gomez
that's
seems to be
on
going
me.
under the radar. He's been horrific for
For a
he's
while.
been for a long
while.
time. He's been
For a
horrific.
while, he's been-
So it's time for him now that Van Dijk is gone. Step out of the shadow. Let's see all the trainings and the teachings. The LYs Van Dijk has left. Yeah, I mean, let's see, bro.
Listen,
I mean-
Boom. Off that one,
You
let's
see-
go. Oh, go on, bro. Sorry.
you see what
Interrupted
happened
you.
with Laporte last year when City, everyone was saying how big of a miss that would be. Now will that affect City, Liverpool the same way? 'Cause
Wait, you
City
saying,
now
you saying
was
Spurs
it
might be in
Diaz?
for a title charge?
Hey,
I'm not gonna
I'm
say
not
nothing,
speaking that. I'm not saying that. Well, I'm just saying if you look at Diaz, I think since he's coming at City, decent option next to Laporte. That pairing
we can briefly touch on that game later, but I was more impressed with someone else in that City team, to be honest. But yeah, we'll touch that when we get there. But another game, very interesting. And again, not just assessing the game, but the season, Chelsea-Southampton, and a 3-3 draw. But it's looking
It's
like
smiling
the pressure's
for.
more...
Are you very happy, fam?
I'm not happy.
The pressure is mounting on. First and foremost, what were the thoughts of the game if you guys caught it? What are you saying?
Bro.
For who?
Just in general for Chelsea-Southampton. Timo?
Chelsea, Southampton. I feel Southampton were very, very excited when they, for some strange reason, they played a high line. Now look, when you play, I know that's Hasenhutl's way of playing.
Yeah.
But I mean, what is up with this era? I don't want to say era. What is up with managers nowadays? Like not having plan Bs. Like you're gonna go and play against Chelsea. They have Timo Werner, mate. He'll eat you for dinner if you give him space.
Bro, facts.
Werner, he's like, they're not the similar kind of players, but like you know
runs
how
in behind.
like Rashford, right? Give Rashford space, he's great. Give him no space, do you know what I mean? Vardy as well. Give Vardy space, great. Don't give him space.
Spurs.
Bro,
Same thing.
Werner,
One diagonal.
yeah, Werner, you gave him space. You played a high line. You gave him space. Jorginho knocks one over the top, and it's a goal. He's gonna punish you in a situation like that. You gotta play a low block when you're playing against someone like that. Has the Premier League not learnt after all the bullying Jamie Vardy has done that if you're gonna get another speed demon, clinical striker in a way like Werner, you're gonna get punished if you play a high line? I don't get it.
I agree
Why
with
would
you, but
do
the
that?
only counter to that I have is I just feel like I don't know if the level of footballer is just decreasing, maybe because there's no fans or anything, or the quality levels have dropped. What Southampton tried to do in the second half was very clear. The only reason that line was high is because they were supposed to press and win the ball. And in the second half, they pammed us. That's how they got their chance. They pam.
High line. The first goal, I mean, he just spun him.
No.
And then danced around.
But that's different.
Four defenders.
That's different because we're talking about the low block.
How is an
That
entire
was-
back line not able to get a foot in? What's going on
but
there?
that's a different. That's poor defending.
You don't.
That's
just like,
poor defending.
Don't get me wrong, I thought it was quality from
addressing-
Werner, but I was
but it was
like, yo,
poor
the
from the defense.
defending.
Because
brother.
even when he gets into the box, there's still 3 man there. He doesn't pass to anyone.
Man,
He
are
comes across and
breakdancing in the
finishes.
box.
But big him up though.
Contemporary.
That was nice, man.
Both the goals were good.
On his name, that was
But
good.
exactly, he's coming up to the occasion. He's trying to solidify that.
Refusing penalties because he was waiting for that, you see.
boy. But on that low, the high line thing, I agree with it. I feel like sometimes it's very stupid. But I think with Southampton, what their whole ideology is, we're all pressing as a team.
I get that.
But you've
that's what
got to
I'm
press
saying,
properly.
that's
You've
the
got
problem.
to press properly though.
No, but that's the problem nowadays. I feel like with managers having philosophies and ideologies.
plan B,
it's
no.
like
Yeah.
we, especially in like the modern era, we've brought so much into. I want my team and I want my manager to have an identity that it just becomes that. Everything becomes so built around that, and it's like
when it doesn't work,
when
you
that's
look
not
silly.
working, you don't have an alternative or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, and maybe this is what I've always said. Like with managers, you need to have flexibility,
Yeah.
no matter what. Whether it be low block, whether it be counter, whether it be we're playing on the front foot, Gegenpress, whatever. You've got to have
Tell
the
you what,
options there.
I
at
can
the
sum
end of
this
the
up
day.
even easier for you. Managers need to have in-game management. How many matches have you seen, like in general now? You're looking at it, it's like, but I can see this at home. Why is the manager not doing something different to capitalize on the situation?
Everything's about system, and the way. I agree with what Fuad said. Everything's about that. But listen, let's talk about Frank.
Let's talk about
Let's talk
Two-
about
in
Frank.
fact,
Let's
hold
talk about Frank.
Hold on 1 second.
What's going on? This guy's got all the props in it.
Hey, that needs to be a permanent part. That needs to be on set every week. That's hey, discipline. Hey,
Saying nothing. Listen,
that kind
let's
of day.
talk about Frank because listen, Frank Lampard now, yeah. He had
Can I lead this off?
huh?
Can I lead this off?
Let him.
Yeah,
Let
go on.
him.
Who?
Chelsea,
Yeah,
man.
go on,
Can I
go on,
leave
go
it?
on,
Kick it
go on.
So I came in here at the beginning of the season and I said he has to step into the light because last season, out of my own admission, and I've said it many a time, I amped up any small thing because obviously I've got to back my man. Like you have to back your man, especially given the fact that there was loads of agendas against. But when it comes to you have the chance to have your summer, you kind of have the chance to flex your muscle and everything. We have to start seeing the real now. So now, when things happen, and I say things, it's because I'm not just looking at results, I'm looking at the bigger picture. How many weeks ago was it that we drew against West Brom and loads of fans were heckling me because I was angry at the comeback and they were saying that, oh, you should be happy. It's exactly the same result this week, 3-3. People will say individual errors, system this, system this, system that. You have to look at away from that. If individual mishaps keep happening over and over and over and over again, does that not tell you that there's a culture of something that's not being corrected here? If something's been happening and we've conceded on average 1.5 goals since he's been in charge, does that not tell you, hold on, okay, there's a culture of something that we're not addressing here? And for me, it's very frustrating now because Frank Lampard's a very intelligent man. Let's not get this wrong. He had one of the highest IQs of all of that malarkey at one point. When he does his punditry and everything, he speaks very well. He's very articulate in his press conferences. But there's a difference between seeing something and taking action to make sure that something's in place. I'll cut him some slack and say, you know what, at the moment, games are coming thick and fast. International duty, you don't have time in the pitch over. However, this can't keep going on. 1.5 goals in his time that he's been here. 1.5. And in terms of shots faced that Chelsea actually face, in his time, we're not even in the top 15. I think only City and maybe 2 other teams have conceded less shots. So it means that teams pretty much know what to do. Us a little bit of pressure, we cave. Small things for me that I see, I think, you know what? Why have we not addressed this culture? Number one, set pieces, we concede the highest amount. Why do we get in situations where we're still giving away set pieces? Reece James, I know he's young and whatnot. Last minute in the game, why are you pushing man like that when you know that we cannot defend from set pieces? All right, cool. Number two, when we're scoring goals and everything, and moving the ball quickly, it's great. Havertz's goal that gives away, messing about and whatnot, gets criminal. And that's what I'm talking about. The press gets the press put on him. We concede. That's not something that's just been happening. I've been seeing this from last season where players think that, okay, I can dilly-dally. Why has that not been addressed? Okay, the footballer has to be smarter, but as the manager, that is your role to say, okay, I need to address these things. Another thing for me that is really, really frustrating, and you've mentioned Highland, you've mentioned this, you mentioned that. A lot of teams have not had good defenders before. Let's put that out there. I've not had good goalkeepers. Yeah. They still manage to defend as a unit, or they still manage to put systems in place that say, you know what, that guy at the back is shit. We've got to protect him. Let's do something. Yeah. Why is it that I'm seeing situations where Jorginho and Kante, knowing that the defence that they've got behind them, are running forward?
Who's Jorginho and who?
Those are the instructions.
Jorginho and who?
Jorginho and Kante. But again, for me, don't get me wrong. I feel that in general football anyway, player craft and player sort of, you know what the manager's telling me and what is happening on the actual pitch are two different things. I've got to take control. We don't see much of that anymore. That's a different conversation. But again, why is it that you address these things in press conferences, but I am still not seeing any progression in how you manage these things? And again, people weren't angry with the 3-3 West Brom, but this is exactly the same thing.
And even, I'm sorry, but even with the Kepa thing just there, yeah, it's like before Mendy came, it was, I've had enough of Kepa, I'm playing Caballero. And then Mendy comes in, I get it, he's the new man, you stick him in. And then it's like, you slide Kepa back in, Kepa doing exactly what Kepa does.
Can I tell you about the Kepa one quickly?
That situation as well, I think.
Kepa, yeah, if you look at him, yeah, I'm not even speaking anymore on Kepa because I know what the situation is here. Yeah. This guy has PTSD. As soon as one thing goes bad, he's in his own head. I saw it with Torres when Torres wasn't scoring for Chelsea. Yeah. When he got into his own head, it was hard to fix. It's hard to fix. You know, there's certain times you have to save a player from himself.
They ain't got that.
And man went on international break and he said, you know what, yeah, I feel so much confidence when I'm here. Why? Because you're out of this negative, toxic environment. He knows the second that...
But then did you see him getting packed in during Spanish training sessions?
No, yeah.
I'm like, brother, I don't know what you're talking about. Life's looking shit for you.
At the same time... Let's break down that God actually happened. Zuma, oh my word!
I'm gonna talk about Zuma.
I don't even know what that is. Hey, but that tells you. But that tells you how bad it is. That tells you how bad it is that I'm looking at Zuma. It's like, yes, he's the best one that's doing stuff. He still makes mistakes at this. I've been vocal on Zuma's passing. I told you, he's passing bobbles when he kicks. Bro. He did cool. The ball goes back anyway. Kepa decides that okay, I'm gonna try and pick up. Oh crap, I can't pick up. Now go around him. You still have hands, you know. The second one comes back, he then tries to slap.
He threw himself in the post.
Yo!
That was hilarious.
Why are you tackling the post?
But again, if for me, I just can't put so much stock on those things because for me, it takes away from the root of what's actually going on here. Chelsea so far this season, I've made, I think it's 7 individual mistakes leading to goals. There's a culture.
Like, it's obviously there's panic and stuff that goes on obviously at the back with Chelsea, obviously because of the fact that you are a leaking team, team that leak goals. But it's like, listen, I'm watching that game, and the reason why for me, yeah, man made mistakes and stuff. Kepa made a mistake, and I've spoke about Zuma before. He's massively overrated. Zuma, massively overrated. He's okay. He will never be Chelsea's top centre half.
Everton was
I
his
think
level.
because Chelsea have been starved of real quality centre backs in a while. It's
looked
kind of
amazing.
like, oh no, Zuma's better than Rudiger. So
the potential
let's
he
not,
had.
let's not put him down because he's better than Rudiger and he's better than Christensen. But listen, them two are not the standard anyway. So if he's just a bit better than them, that's not where you want to be at. Do you know what I mean? And for me, Zuma's just overrated by Chelsea fans. I'll just say it again. He's not the standard. And these mistakes keep happening. And they will keep happening and keep happening. So that doesn't surprise me. But what is my notice is you got Chelsea playing it 3-2 up. Ziyech comes on, which is fine. Ziyech is doing cute little passes inside the pitch at 3-2 with 2 minutes to go. With 3 minutes to go. Ziyech is doing that. I'm seeing Aspilicueta overlapping him and stuff. I'm like, mate, you guys got 3 minutes on the clock.
Bro.
Go into the corner, keep ball, knock it about. You got
Game
Jorginho
management,
there.
game
Game
craft.
management.
Game management.
And game management,
game
and that
craft.
falls directly on your manager,
Game
bro.
manager- and-
So for me, yeah, you can talk about why did Reece James do this and that, but why are Chelsea in that position? Keep
No,
the
but
ball.
that's what I'm addressing.
I remember with Man United one time against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, we were winning. Memphis had the ball nearly in the corner. He tried to do a cute little pass into Schneiderlin, who for some reason was in the box, and then Chelsea went in the other end and scored in the last minute.
Yeah.
Bro, like, this comes down to your manager. And for me, Lampard is lucky. Lampard is very lucky that there's managers like Ole and there's managers like
Who look
Arteta.
worse.
I'm not saying Arteta's bad, but at the club, he's at Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, there's other profile guys like Jose Mourinho. Like big Lampard is able to kind of slide through it, but he can slide through it with the fans and Twitter and stuff. But the person that will not slide through is Abramovich, bro. Abramovich will be seeing all of this, bro. And listen,
I'm glad you
Allegri
mentioned this.
is on the market, bro.
But-
Poch is on the market. Poch will take. I don't know what Poch will do, but you never know.
Glad you mentioned this.
Everyone can ignore it, but I'm telling you, Abramovich is a winner. He's not ignoring what's going on.
And for me, where it becomes very like, our last Champions League campaign, I don't even know what happened
Hey,
there. We disgraced
that's
man
slaughtering.
on that stage. The first dismissal of Jose Mourinho, everything was going bad. Do you know when the final nail went in the coffin?
Wasn't it Rosenborg?
Roseburg.
Rosenborg in the
lost
Champions League group
1-0 and it's like,
stage.
hold you want to be doing this?
Bro.
I ain't got time for this. I think it was a draw.
It
was a draw. It was 1-1 draw.
Was it
Yeah,
0-0?
They scored like
Abramovich said
close
no
to the
more.
end. Abramovich said, "Nah, I can't be doing this anymore.
Yeah.
You can't embarrass me in front of my friends.
Bro.
Yeah.
I can't go to Switzerland to be talking to these men and they're telling me, oh, what? So you're joining with a team that's conceded? It's not gonna happen. And
the truth.
so far, he, like I said, last season, he was very fortunate with all of the circumstances. Now, he doesn't have that anymore. It's out of the window. And I'm not saying this because it's agenda this and that, or because if we had won, we'd have been second. You have to look at the reality of who Chelsea are as a football club and
That's
what is
the
actually
key
happening
thing, bro.
right
like
now.
you look at what, like for me, I don't think he's even still found his identity during this time. And as you said, Abramovich, I don't think he's gonna buy into this. If he's not seeing results on the pitch, the players he's paid for aren't living up to what Lampard has said they would. I'm sorry, I can't even see him
Tell you
getting
what,
to
riddle
Christmas
me,
at this
riddle
rate.
me this one.
At what point do you think will be enough for Abramovich?
Listen, I said if our Champions League campaign goes into disarray, like
You
he's
think
gonna
the Champions
snap.
League is
For
all
me,
gonna
it's
depend on?
like it definitely depends on that because it's a bigger stage. Like
I
with
feel-
the Premier
Do
League,
you think Abramovich is expecting a title push this year?
I don't
Considering
think
what he's spent.
I don't
I
think
think he is.
I think
Chelsea. I think
I
Chelsea.
don't. I think right now because
look
of
at
the early
standard of the
results here,
league, Chelsea
have-
can do it.
Chelsea almost have defaulted back to no. We're just trying to get top 4 because we're trying to
No,
gel
no,
our
no.
squad. It's like,
No.
in
Top
Abramovich's
4.
head, he's like, I've
No.
backed you the same way I backed
Bro,
Ancelotti, the
let
same
me-
way I backed Jose. I'm expecting things now.
Let me chime in.
Lampard
With
is talking
this,
about
yeah.
gelling.
Sorry, bro.
Just quickly,
go on.
Lampard is talking about gelling at the end of games like that. That's got nothing to do with gelling.
Brother.
That's
This is
what I'm
got
saying,
Everything
so
to
that-
do with you,
with
Lampard. Yeah, I mean,
with
everything
this
to do with you.
situation with Chelsea, right? We're in a time where there's not been a 0-0 draw in the league yet. The league is in disarray. Let's be real. It's in disarray. I have given you a war chest of attacking talent, which you've asked for. We are in a position where I sacked managers that were winning European titles for you, and you've come in. he's expecting something. He's not expecting, and again, title charge is probably what he's expecting. How much has he spent? A ridiculous amount.
Was it 300
and
plus?
Bear in mind this.
Was it
Bear in mind
200
this.
plus?
This is the one thing I want to
250.
highlight. This is the one thing I want to highlight, just in general. Again, I'm not getting at Lampard. I'm just calling it as it is because we have to have accountability here. A lot of people were really critical on the point that, okay, listen, last year you kind of created chances and everything. Defense is shoddy. Don't get me wrong. Defense is about organisation as much as personnel. But you got your left back in, but you didn't do anything. You got goalkeeping. You didn't go out massive like Liverpool did.
You
for
went
centre back.
frugal, bruv.
You were like,
You tried to penny pinch.
And the thing is, that is fine if you're gonna devise a plan that is gonna allow you to defend in a different way that's not addressed. If this is happening and your defense still looks shaky, people are gonna ask questions.
Bro,
Okay, so why didn't you blow the bag?
When you lot
and
went
the centre back that
early
changes it?
when you lot went early and splashed on the forwards, that's what I thought the back end of the window was going to be saved for. And when you lot, I feel like, got Thiago Silva, you thought, do you know what? A player who's got the stripes, he was rested yesterday. I don't know for what reason. But
Bro,
I'm like, I
if
get
I
that.
speak, I'm in
36,
trouble.
He probably can't play multiple games or
Look.
whatever. But at the end of the day, that was papering over the cracks, literally. And you will see it when Thiago Silva's missing out that team. I'm not saying he's going to be the game changer or whatever, but if he's the one who you're expecting to improve your team, Chilwell is not renowned for his defensive ability. Do you know what I mean? Azpilicueta, Reece James,
when
they're
he
rotating
attacks,
every
yeah.
week. You don't know which one's going to play.
Chilwell's
Then you've
a
got
good
Zuma
player.
next to them. It's like,
Lampard's
Chilwell's
made
good.
it like 50. What is it? 50.
there's been
50
no
something
like,
changes.
there-
in
That's
50
what I'm
something
saying.
games.
There's been no
But again,
continuation
defense-
in that back line whatsoever.
Defense it's not just about the personnel. It comes from how you
This is-
organise
this is-
as
yeah.
a team.
Yeah.
But
Man
there-
City-
there has
I'm
to
gonna
be-
ask you a
but
question.
there has
Man
to be
City-
familiarity.
No, of
bro.
course. One thing I'll
there has
definitely
to be
say is,
continuity.
remember there was a
be.
time where Man City's the way of defending was we're going to press and get the ball back. Like if we keep hounding you, you can't do anything to us. So I'm not saying that we can go and do that, but there's examples in football where teams defend as a unit in different ways. And again, for me, it's just about being naive. Last season, it was Michael Obafemi when we played Southampton.
Smashed that.
Same thing. These defenders are not going to be near each other. I'm going to creep in. Che flipping Adams, whose only goal came at Man City, the long one. This guy they called the Brum Ronaldinho, who's done nothing in the Premier League. He's coming getting a goal and assist at the bridge, looking like one superstar. Come on, he might even make your team of the week, bruv. Do you know how this abysmal this looks?
You know what? Yeah.
Oh,
All of this, yeah. But then don't Chelsea have the best ball recovering centre mid in the world and all that type of stuff in N'Golo Kante?
Listen.
Because no, not listen. Because when I said listen, because I'm gonna have to keep drumming it because he's declining, fam. Kante's role at Chelsea is redundant, fam.
Can I ask you a question?
Role. He's got no role. I'm seeing centre midfielders having a joy over there, and I'm gonna read because you know what I mean. Everyone doesn't want to do by the eye test, so sometimes I gotta bring stats. Kante yesterday, 13 times he lost possession. So if he's going to be a centre mid controller, I guess if you want to say that, he's not doing that job well. 77% pass accuracy, 2 tackles. This is Mr. Ball Recoverer. 2 tackles yesterday, yeah? And he made 3 fouls. He fouled more times than he tackled. And if people want to say, oh, you know, he's playing in this box-to-box role where, you know, he's a bit more attacking, he made 0 key passes. So Kante really is just running around. I'm not going to repeat what I said last time, but Kante's role at Chelsea is redundant. I'm telling you now, listen, and this is why I say don't shoot the messenger. Just because I'm saying it, don't just ignore what I'm saying, bro. You look at Kante, he is a shadow of the Conte Kante and Ranieri Kante. This Frank Lampard Sarri Kante is average. He's just an okay player.
That was
He's
gonna be my
okay.
question. Who's
People
to
are
blame?
still putting him
I'm
up there.
about to say
Because
to
I
you,
think-
is it the player or the way the player's being
And that's the
utilised?
thing.
No,
I
for
think a lot
me,
of
it's
the
the
time-
player.
a
It's
lot
for
of
me,
the
the
time
player. I watched
Kante's
him in
got away
France.
with
He was
it.
average as well.
But the reason
He was
why I
average
feel
as well.
like a lot of people have let him
I
get
disagree
away
with
with it the last few years because they've given him that excuse of he's maybe being used in the wrong system or Sarri's
How old is
misusing
Kante?
it. But then it's like, I think he's turning 30 this year, right?
31, sorry.
I think he's 29, turning 30.
Kante's turning. Let's see.
But I think that's always been the
29,
excuse.
yeah.
He's
How many
29.
years can
He's
we
turning
keep-
30.
Yeah, he's turning 30.
He's turning
They said
30.
knowledge.
I said that already.
Bro, listen. Kante has experienced injuries as well. Oh, no, wait, hold on. People are talking about the play. Are you guys really trying to tell me you see Kante pressing with the same intensity and stuff that he used to? And he's still getting about the way he used to? I disagree, bro. If you think that, I disagree. I'm seeing him not really do anything at Chelsea now. His role at
I've seen a
Chelsea
decline.
is just pretty is just pretty average now, bro. In my opinion, I don't see what he's doing. People still have him up there when you're talking about the best centre mids. You're talking about what he did 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
You're not talking. There's no way you're talking about this Kante, because with the same mouth that people use to say Pogba's whack, you'll still have Kante top 5. But Kante's not hasn't been balling for 3 years.
If Kante left Chelsea though, is he
man?
Is he
craziness.
done? If Kante left Chelsea now, you saying can he get back to those levels? Because if you're saying he's declining, that means the ability now is dropping, and this is now his level.
Nah, I don't think.
If Kante went PSG or Madrid or someone like that, could he slot back and get back?
I'll be real. I don't think Real Madrid
if he's
ever
surrounded
signed
by the right
Kante.
team. Yeah,
he's not
listen,
good enough.
they've had SC and
DR. In my opinion, I think Kante, the Kante that we know, that player of the year Kante, that, oh my God, the best ball recoverer Kante we've ever seen, that player's gone. That player's gone. You might be able to get this kind of false little 6 Kante that you're getting now, but he can't play the 6 role. He can't. Oh, bro. I'm so disappointed people can't see this.
One thing I will say, and again, we've said it here on Stoppage Time a lot of the time, is when you look at players that play with a certain type of intensity in their game, how long can you continue that into the latter years of your career? And one thing that Kante was traditionally known for is covering the ground, covering the ground. In terms of the 2 managers you mentioned now, he's been deployed in ways where he's covering the ground, but it's not kind of his bread and butter, which is
let me ask
do all
you,
of this stuff here.
Yeah, let me ask you, why are these 2 managers deploying Kante in that way? If he was so good in the role, that wouldn't you build around that role?
The 6.
Wouldn't you? If he's because what like
for
listen,
me, the Sarri one is the Jorginho. The Sarri one's the Jorginho factor.
Yeah, okay. And what's
that's that one.
Lampard's?
Lampard's one I couldn't tell you, and that goes to my.
And
question
then where
now.
does this? How does Deschamps deploy? How does Deschamps Deschamps? How does he deploy him? How does he deploy him?
Next to
it used to be next to Matuidi and Pogba, but now
so he plays him basically what as a 6, just there. Right, he just plays him as a 6. So
when have you seen him be bad for France?
I don't think he's been. I watched France's 2 games. I don't think he was all that.
He's not at the level that he was before.
I've never really thought Kante is that good for France. In my opinion,
for France,
in the World Cup, Pogba was better than in the World Cup. Pogba was better than Kante.
But like, again, what we're trying to address here is the declining level. That's what I'm saying.
Don't forget, Kante got hooked in the World Cup final.
Yeah, against the Madrid thing. But what I'm talking about,
you guys kill me.
I'm saying the declining level. So has he? Are
the
you
World Cup
saying
final, he
that
got hooked?
Because the thing with Kante is though, his come up has kind of been, if we look at it even, so what is it now?
It's meteoric.
It's meteoric. So there's that kind of, oh shit, Kante's that guy.
Yeah.
The fact that he had that similar Makalele style, so everyone's like, we
didn't have the same style.
No, in the
black,
sense of
bold, and
we
small.
hadn't seen a defensive midfielder prominent like that on that
role. You remember in Dragon Ball Z, Cybermen? Remember the Cybermen? That's why I always see them man there, man. You know what I mean? But they were green.
No, but then as well, like the effect he had on Leicester, the effect he had on Chelsea, and it's like, boom, he was up there. Was he ever really up there, or was that kind of like?
I'll give him his credit.
Nah,
I can't
I'm not saying like, I'm not discrediting him.
No, let me rephrase.
Or maybe he was just like what we hadn't seen.
No. Let me rephrase what you're saying. First 2 seasons, or the impact that he brings to a team.
2 seasons.
What, 2 Premier Leagues, right? The impact he brings to the team, 2 Premier Leagues. So
and
when you look
then,
and that is it. You're looking at the impact.
17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20. He's been average all 3 seasons, but he's still top 5.
This season ain't done. You saying you
ran
off this season already?
That was last season. This is 2021.
This is COVID.
Exactly.
This is COVID.
He's been average for
again.
3 seasons.
Like I said, I don't see him. His impact has decreased. That's what I'll say for sure. His impact has decreased because, like I said, the first 2 seasons, 2 Premier Leagues, that you're untouchable. If he said his impact has decreased, I can't fault that. He's not making. You've read the stats, and
2
then
tackles, 3 fouls.
Last season,
they're tackling.
Remember, was it last?
That's brazy.
Last season, and again, like last season,
that's throwback football, bro.
That's Vinny Jones.
That's
bro. That's Dennis Wise. You know that man there,
Wimbledon. Machine.
Don't question them. You're dumb. But last season, remember, I was at a point where I was crediting his attacking credentials compared to his actual.
I don't know why you were doing that. I don't know why you were doing that.
No, but Cam,
Cam, but this is
I don't know why you were doing that.
But this is what I'm saying. So the impact of the player has gone from being this sort of machine that does everything to, well, now look at him because of how he's deployed. You know what? He might get 5 goals for us this season.
Yeah.
If I don't think he's one of them players you can say ability and what he's declined, because like what do you define as ability when it comes to Kante? I think his impact in a team based on maybe him or how
he can't play in a
utilised.
midfield 3. I'm telling you now.
It is. That's how I would sum it up.
We need to talk about Arsenal. We need to talk about City.
But listen,
Shit.
let's talk about City Arsenal.
Forgot about that game.
My champ of the week, I'm gonna roll it in. My champ of the week is someone that I usually do give a lot of flack, but yesterday I just liked how he performed. I just thought it was football has now turned into athletics. Kyle Walker is just football's turned into athletics. Listen, anytime they knock the ball, just run with him, just get into him, just frustrate him. They won't do anything. So hold tight, Kyle Walker. You're my champ of the week.
You know what? Yeah, with that game,
Good performance.
I think. Yeah, go
on. In terms of the actual game for me, we saw Arteta do the Pep Pro, which is overcomplicated. For me personally. I just think it overcomplicated.
Arteta do what Arteta does.
No, I just
11 men behind the ball.
No, there's that, but I just think he overcomplicated it.
Inshallah.
I think he overcomplicated it. We look at City. What do we always say? What do you always say about City? They can be cut out.
Inshallah.
They can be cut out. You know, we've got this, we've got that. Willian false 9 is a very
that was brazy.
Very interesting concept to me. And I'll be honest with you, because don't get me wrong, Willian works hard. Yep, we know he's neat with his feet. Is he prolific? Not really. Is he going to be able to hold up play? No. So have you done this because you've expected him to try and do like an old school Bobby Firmino thing? Or why
I think he wanted him to press, I guess. I don't have a clue.
But why can't you play in a front 2? Play Willian and Aubameyang in that case. Like it does not make sense. Why can Aubameyang not
play up
be
front?
Play in the 9?
Well, when I said that he's a winger, they were shouting at me, bruv. He can't. They'll rather play Willian up top than Aubameyang.
He's a winger. I'm sorry. He spent
Wide
so
forward,
much time out wide. And
listen,
and Pep read him like a book. He from the last time
when
he said, "Yo,
when he retires and we revisit Arsenal history, like Abba, it's not going to be like Abba Henry. It's going to be like Abba Perez. He's a winger. He's a wide forward. No, but remember he started playing on the wing. He started doing the wing. That's why I said
winger forward.
He was a winger
as well, bro. Still,
that's who we're gonna. That's who we're gonna compare him to. You can't compare him to that Henry, right? Because he's not playing there.
He's not playing there at all. And then I said the week about Haaland, I said Haaland I think is the top 5 striker. Yeah. I said I can't put Aubameyang because, but if you want to, cool, but he's a wide forward. People are saying no, and now man are putting Willian up top. They'll rather Lacazette, they'll rather Nketiah. Now they'll rather Willian up top.
Both were on bench.
Now soon it's going to be following Balogun, bro. He's going to be up front, and Aubameyang's going to be in the wing for him,
bro.
So, but in my opinion, like I feel like City second half, I think Arsenal played better. Than they did. In the first half, Arteta too negative, man.
I like Saka.
That
Saka
was too negative. Yeah,
Oh.
Saka played well, but first half, City were popping ball, bro. And what I'm gonna say is right. People were talking about, oh my god, like 18, 19, Bernardo's back. That Bernardo, and I'm like, well, where did he go? Who came back when Bernardo when City won the league? Yeah, remember, was he not one of the players of the year? Right. When Bernardo when City won the league, who was missing all season?
The best player in the
team.
team.
Tell us.
Just asking.
Kevin
Who
De
was
Bruyne,
missing?
the best player in the team.
I can't recall.
Let's stop beating the bush.
Who was missing?
Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay,
and
then he came back. He came back, and what happened to Bernardo?
Hey, couldn't keep up the standards, shall we say?
All right, cool. And then he missed the game yesterday. And people are talking about this is the best City I've played for a long time. That first half.
How did you start the
KDB? When KDB was injured, Bernardo played in the middle, and then when KDB came back, he went out wide.
So who's humble? So his presence. You're telling me his presence.
11 cones stood around. Is it not easier to play pop ball, as you just said? First half, too negative, right?
Is that the only team that I've played 11 men behind the ball?
No.
So how come it doesn't look as good when? How come it doesn't look as good when set man's playing?
We're getting Bernardo back.
Wait,
hold on.
Hold on.
To look good.
Listen.
Don't be slandering KDB.
I haven't said a word. I'm just asking you questions. Are you telling me that's the only team that play 11 men behind the ball?
No, there's teams.
So how come they ain't been playing that? How come they weren't playing that football? The ball retention, the dribbling, the interchanging between Foden, Sterling, Mahrez, and Bernardo was Aguero. You're overhyping it. City's football. What's going on? Like
Barca region.
No. But the football was much nicer.
better.
And I'm just gonna say, when Setman's missing,
Arsenal
Proofs in the
helped them
puds.
with the way they played, I thought.
Huh?
But I thought Arsenal played them in the way they helped. City naturally are going to keep the ball all the time. I think when you've got quality, Aguero's back. I think that you look at it, Diaz settling well. I think that you look at City now.
Diaz ain't gonna. He's gonna get cooked. Watch.
You
I'll
think
be
so?
honest. I think City
Maybe,
are
I
looking
think
at
so,
Liverpool
maybe.
and thinking, you know what? Okay, you
Bro,
know what?
I
maybe
think-
we can make it interesting.
Yo, they can. I think if Rodri's second season, he can settle. Aguero comes back firing. Foden picks up. Listen, they're gonna have a decent little spine there. If Laporte can come back in, Edison there as well. Man City could actually threaten
We'll see.
Liverpool this
We'll
year
see.
big time. I think.
I've said my champ of the week in the new segment. Who is your attacking fullback of the week?
My attacking fullback of the week is Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
It can only be the spider. It can only be the spider.
The attacking fullback of the week. Listen, Wan-Bissaka, I've been onto you. You see them. Okay, in the game, you were still a bit frustrated. Like, it's not perfect, but the fact that you got on the score sheet, because I saw Dean put in an assist, I saw Robertson put in an assist. The fact that you got in the score sheet, big up yourself. That's what we need more, please. That finish was class as well. So
Fuad, who's yours?
we
Who's
need,
yours?
huh?
Yeah.
No, we need more of that.
Fuad,
So,
who's yours?
Wan-Bissaka,
Fuad, who's yours?
attacking fullbacks.
You don't know.
I didn't think of one, to be honest.
Reinhardt, Bruce?
Nah.
Listen,
Man,
we'll
trying
give
to
it to
sneak
Spurs.
in
We'll give
well.
it to Spurs.
Nah, if you want to give,
Spurs.
alright.
Tune into all
Nah,
things North
default is
London.
Grealish.
I'll do that.
Listen,
Default is
that's another episode of Stoppage Time. Criminals, listen, there's too many. Well,
Hey, I'll
let
give
us
it to
know who
Van
your
de
criminals
Beek.
are.
Huh?
Ah,
The criminal,
I heard that.
Van de Beek.
Yeah,
the
I heard
criminal
that.
is
Van de
100% Jordan Pickford. Just
Oh,
for
one.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah,
We
100%.
said at the
Yeah,
start of the show.
Jordan Pickford, bro. I'm telling you.
Listen, that's another episode. Lampard, bring your hand. Bring your hand. We're out.